What is it nowadays with people's assumptions based upon how you look? I know, honestly, that tends to be kind of the standard human practice, if you want to call it that. But at the end of the day, assumptions are not necessarily always what they seem. I was in a record store earlier and I asked the guy, by the way, record store I don't normally go into, but I was asking him, I said, do you have Mastodon's Leviathan? It's an album I absolutely love. It's a fantastic album, and I think probably one of the best metal albums of the 21st century. It's a concept album that Mastodon did, basically covering Herman Melville's Moby Dick, but absolutely a phenomenal album. And like I said, I think probably one of the best of the 21st century in terms of metal albums. And he looked at me and kind of gave me this look, based upon how I look and what I'm wearing and everything. And he's like, oh no, I'm sorry, we don't have that, but I can order it for you. And I said, okay, go ahead and order it. And then while he was processing that, he said to me, well, you don't really look like you listen to metal. And I'm like, that's where this comes from. Screw your assumptions on what I look like. I love metal. I love Gojira. I love Mastodon. There's many others, but I also love other things. I love Moacir Santos, Jorge Benjor, great Brazilian musicians. I love Rodgers and Hammerstein, Gilbert and Sullivan, Papa Roach and Sugar Ray. I love Blind Lemon Jefferson, Canned Heat. I love so many different artists. Really what I connect with is talent. If I can recognize talent, I don't care what it is, I'll listen to it. Even Vivaldi and, Rachmaninoff and, other classical composers over the years, I've really come to love and appreciate because they make great music. And it's really not just a matter of the music itself, it's more the talent. I recognize the talent, I recognize the skill, I recognize the musicianship, and so that's what I love.